Then I'll turn it back to you. I won't talk long.
Absolutely. Well, hello, everyone. This is Terry Gibson here and Mr. Brian Smith.
Hello.
And we're with the International Direct Sellers Network. We're glad you're here today and going to have some great times giving some interviews and fun discussions for our Business 101. This is one of our series that we have going on with great leaders that we have contacts with that have expert experience in the field and just really excited about being here. We're excited about sharing some fun stuff too because we've actually been in the industry ourselves for a while. We've learned from different companies, different networkers, different direct sellers that are really excited, and I'm just excited to be here to share some insights with you along with our special guest. Now, our special guest, I'll save it for later. We'll let Brian tell us about.
Hey, a little business for the IDSN. We just want to make sure you guys get these events and that you get notifications about the events. We have a lot of incredible guests, like our guests tonight, and if you're not on our list to notify, then you won't be able to find out about this and you may miss it. Sometimes things are going to be available for you to watch later, but in order for you to get these events, you got to get connected. So the first thing we want to mention to you is about our website. The website is IDSN.weebly. Is it IDSN members?
Members.
Yeah, IDSN members. I almost forgot.
You got it.
IDSNmembers.weebly.com. And if you go there, you can see a tab that says registration. You go in there, registration is free. There's a membership there. You just go in there and tell us you want to be a member. We can get you information, get you newsletter, and get you all kinds of different freebies that are going to be part of the IDSN. The second thing is to follow us on the Facebook, because a lot of these things are Facebook Live. You can go to, just find us out. You're already on Facebook if you're watching this, but those who watch later and those you want to tell about, they can find our page by going at IDSN Official. And then they'll find our Facebook page, follow that, follow the events, sign up for them. And then Twitter, we send things out on Twitter too. And that is, Twitter is at IDSN Corp, C-O-R-P. We'd love to have you in there. You got to be a part of that. It's part of the great things that we're going to be doing here in the future. And this is going to be one of the largest organizations to support direct sellers worldwide. And so getting to be on here is just going to be great. You'll be able to listen to people like our guests tonight. I'll turn it back over to Terry.
Well, Brian, that's a pretty fun thing because really, I mean, our age has changed as far as social media contacts. The belly to belly, kneecap to kneecap stuff is really kind of old hat, but it still works. It still works. This social media platform is just so it's outstanding. So you mentioned like there's Twitter and Facebook, of course. We'll get on YouTube and do some things.
Yeah, we're only starting because all our videos are going to be going out on YouTube. We're going to have live streaming there. We're going to have other things on other platforms. So don't miss out on those things by not being a part of this and not knowing where it's at. So, and where it's at is the social media.
where it's at.
Be there, so.
Well, we've got tons of information to share, and what we found through our experience with network marketing and direct selling is that we can always learn from everyone, and that's really powerful. So our special guest here today, which I'm excited to be able to hear from her and give her some good interview time, is a friend of mine that I've met way back in a previous company, but we learned she was actually a legend before I came on. You didn't know that, Amber. Before I came even being hired on, your name was already pronounced, and everybody was like, "Whoa, Amber, she's our girl," before we even started. So that was really cool. She's got an expert way of sharing realism. And what I mean by that, she has a way of touching the strong points of business and of life in a real practical way. And so, Amber, are you there? I can see you right there. How you doing, Amber? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. How are you guys?
I'm doing great, doing great. And as we're here on, all you other guys that are watching, feel free to share this video to your friends. She'll give some information about her links as well. Contact her. You'll want to talk with her more after this part, but definitely want to interview you here right now. So, Amber, if you
have questions too.
Oh, sorry. If you have questions, go ahead, Brian. Tell me what to say.
Oh, if you guys have questions during this for Amber, if we have time and Amber's willing, we can maybe kick off some questions for her if we're able to. You can just put it in the comments and we'll follow up on that. Since it is live, we're watching.
Live. I know. Unscripted, unrehearsed. This is real.
Thank you guys thank you for even asking me to do this. I'm honored and humbled. So thank you so much for even thinking of me and reaching out to me to have me here to your tribe.
Yep, we love it. We love it. Tribes learn from each other for sure. So Amber, if you wouldn't mind just giving us kind of a brief, who you are, where you're living, and what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm Amber Swanson. I live in Parker, Colorado, and I've been in the network marketing industry for, gosh, over a decade now. 2003. So actually like 15 years with a couple years off in between, but that's how long I've been doing what I'm doing.
Okay, well, that's a long time. That's almost as old as me. No, just kidding.
Not quite as old as me.
15 years, that's right. Well, what got you started, Amber? Tell us about how you got started in this whole deal.
My daughter was 3 at the time, and I was dying to work from home. I had started a house cleaning business because it was the cheapest thing to do with the littlest amount of resources. And I thought I can bring her with me. She can be with me. I was a single mom, and I thought I don't want to spend all my time away from her. So I found a company that I thought I really, really aligned with at that point, and jumped in with both feet, got off to a really incredible fast start, and loved every second of the networking piece, of the being around people piece, of the sharing with people piece. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is insane that people don't know about this, or what they think they know is not true. And I had such an open mind. I thought when I heard that I could make residual income, and for those of you watching, residual income, meaning that you can do work one time and continue to get paid every single month after month, year after year, as people continue to stay on your products or use your service. And I thought, this is insane that more people don't do this. And so I was jazzed to share with everybody that I knew. 4 years into that company, my residual check was very low. And I kept thinking to myself, I'm doing everything I'm told to do. I was super coachable. I just followed the leader. You know, it's what we do, is we just follow the person ahead of us. They've done what we've done. And so I took a little bit of a break from that and went into the corporate world. I was managing a placement, like what's this place called? I don't want to say the name of it. A staffing agency.
Okay.
And it just drained me every single day. And my daughter was the first one to school in the morning. She was the last one to get picked up. As a single mom, I was having to ask so many other people to help me out. And I was not fulfilled. My soul was not on fire. I was the person that was looking for a network marketing opportunity. And I mean, I was like, if you have an opportunity, like, I'm over here, like, raising my hand, like, please come show me.
Pick me, right?
Please.
Yeah.
Yes, pick me. You know, when people are scared to talk to people, and I'm over here like, please pick me, show me what you have. I want to set my soul on fire. I want to be able to help people. And at this, do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you're great, girl. Do great.
Okay. I feel like this is a long answer, but it's a really fun question. So I had an event in my life that left me flat down. I had a nervous breakdown. I'll actually just be frank and tell you guys. That lasted about 1.5 years, and I was in bed. And, you know, coupled with a lot of things in your life, I was just burning for something to be better, my life to be better. At this point, I had gotten laid off from my job on disability on a Saturday via FedEx. I don't always share that part of my story, but I think it's important for people to know. And that really opened my eyes again to corporate is not stable. It was not where I felt secure. And again, being a single mom, I needed something safe and stable and secure, and something that I could make my own hours. I could create my own wealth. I could create what I was making off of my efforts. And so Greg Deeker, one of my great friends, came to me and said, hey, Amber, I found something. I was still kind of iffy because I was still kind of down and out. But I thought, hey, let me go ahead and listen and see if this is something that sparks me. And oh boy, did it. And 8 years later, you know, when he came to me, he didn't even know that I was doing garage sales to pay my bills. My house was in foreclosure for the second time. My lights were getting shut off. My electricity was getting shut off. Times were so super, super, super tough. I would literally sell stuff that the nicest woman in my neighborhood, she was another single mom, and she came and put the stuff on my lawn on Fridays, and I would literally set it up and sell. Like literally, I'm getting the chills, but like literally sell. Like that was selling. This is what we do now, not selling. That was selling. I mean, I was selling people crap. And I would go inside and I would count the money and be like, okay, that's enough for the light bill, or that's enough for the water bill. And I really did, because I couldn't leave the house. So there's a little bit of a long version, but fast forward 8 years, I'm where I'm at today. Thank God and the grace of God. And thank God for Greg coming to me and saying, hey, you've got to check this out, and being persistent with me, and continuing to follow up with me.
Amber, okay, Brian, that was a story I heard before coming on and being involved with that company, and you were already a legend. People will come from very humble circumstances to reach their dreams and their goals. And, the funny thing is, some people say, I don't have enough money for that, for even getting started. What do you say to those kind of people, Amber?
Pull up your big girl panties and figure it out. I can't handle the I don't have money. It's like the I don't have time or I don't have money. Like, when do you plan on having that? Because if you don't have a set amount of money right now to start your own business, what if your car breaks down? Like, what if your water heater goes out? What if you actually wanted to take a vacation? Like, why are you living like this?
Exactly. Wow. That brings a reality to it. Some people just exist, and that's the sad part. Why not live and thrive? So, Amber, that's really awesome.
That's excellent. Hey, Amber, we have a question out there. If you're open for a question from Shannon, actually asked a question about the best tips for newbies to attract and build a team, if that's something you feel comfortable answering.
I do, and I'm going to go ahead and take it a little bit social media, since she used the word attract. And I'm going to say, do what everybody else is not doing. Okay. So people don't go onto social media to be sold. They don't go onto social media to watch you hold up your product and say, you've got to take this. They just don't. Now, if you're attracting people to you and they're attracted to maybe your lifestyle, or because maybe your lifestyle is different than what their lifestyle is. Maybe you're traveling a lot. Maybe you're able to spend the days and afternoons with your children. Maybe you're able to pick them up from school. And I think if you can share and show your lifestyle of what you've been able to accomplish, people are going to come to you and ask you, what are you doing? I obviously don't ever share my company name. I don't share the names of my products, because really we're building relationships in these businesses, and relationships is where it's at. So if we can build a relationship with somebody, and I mean, I've built so many relationships on social media who are now my friends that I talk to on the telephone. It's like, build that relationship and they will come. Be inspirational, have your feed be inspirational, have it be authentic to you and what you like. And when you're really putting out what you want to get back, that's when the universe and God can form and bring you those people into your tribe and into your world.
I like that. So in essence, really, you've got to be attractive yourself in lots of fashions, and that comes back to you if you do it right. That's awesome.
That's exactly it. Sincerity, honesty, being yourself. It seems like that is, I hear that over and over again in the industry. You just can't go out there and, there's a lot of methods, and that's great. And I can't say that none of them shouldn't be used, but one thing that's really sincere is when someone like yourself comes on, gives real stories, helps people understand exactly where you're coming from. People seem attracted to that, and that's good advice.
Yeah. So Amber, sometimes some people have confusion, or not confusion, they have concerns about doing this business, doing any business, and then having a family life. So tell me, how does that work, especially with you and your daughter, how you guys connect and go from there?
So funny enough, she's 17 now. So it's a ton easier right now because she's obviously driving, and she's a POM, so she does her dance team at her school. She's a dancer, and so she's super busy, and obviously I'm super busy, and we literally just make the time. So we like to make dinner together. If you're on my, you guys will see that a lot in my feed, that we like to make dinner together. I can tell you, I've never missed an event that she's done. Never, because of business. And I gotta tell you, I made a crap ton of sacrifice. And yes, I said crap. I made so many sacrifices for the first 2 years, but that was something I wasn't willing to sacrifice. If she was dancing on stage, or she had something going on at school, that was the one thing I would not sacrifice. Now, I would sacrifice my TV time. I don't really like TV, so that was kind of fine. I would sacrifice literally anything extra. And when everybody else was going to sleep, I was the person that was still feeding my brain. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of still that person today. Like, I want as much education in my brain that I can regurgitate and help other people, train other people. So that's one of my biggest things. But Presley and I have made it work. We have literally, I mean, I'm here before she goes to school. I'm here when she gets back from school. She knows she can text me throughout the day. It's kind of weird because I started this industry when she was 3. And so she didn't really, and then I got back in the industry when she was about 9. So she doesn't really ever remember me having to go to a job. She does remember being the last kid and the first kid picked up, but she doesn't really remember what it's like. So when her friends wanted to do things over the summer, it was like, hey, ask your mom if she can take us. Well, all her friends think like, oh, she must just sit around and just collect money, I guess. I don't know. If that was the case, that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
They like walk into my house after school, and sometimes, most of the time, I still have my pajamas on, and, you know, or my comfies or sweats or whatever. And they're like, what does your mom do? And then it's fun to listen to her say, like, here's what my mom does, and she's home all the time, and I get to see her all the time, and she's always available. And so that's been really fun. If I could reiterate like one thing to people, it's put in the hard work and sacrifice now, because no matter how old your kids are, or no matter how far you are into retirement or not, if you don't start something today, you're just setting yourself back that much further.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, like you said, if that's the only thing you take away from right now is do the hard work first, it'll pay off later on. That's so cool. Man, that's Brian.
That's good advice.
That's gold. That is gold.
I love this stuff.
You have any good questions from there? If not,
let me see if there's another one on here. I know a lot of people have said they love what you're saying. They love you. You're looking great. So we love all the comments out there. You guys are great. And Amber, you should read these later. It's just like, talk about lifting yourself up. These people love you, Amber.
Yeah. So I
don't have another question on here right now.
I saw a video again. This is of you and your daughter, and actually she was explaining what it was like to be a daughter of someone who's involved in direct selling and networking. How was that for her? Or how was that for you, hearing her say that?
She was so stinking nervous. I almost didn't pull that off because she was so nervous. But really, I just said, hey, let's go on camera, come on my live. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of live videos, and I'm like, I want people to be able to hear from you what this is like. I want to serve my community with some inspiration and what this has done for my child, because maybe, you know, I always think if one person was watching that video that made a change that day, or made a decision that day that they were going to live a different life for themselves first and for their child or children, then I feel like I can lay my head on the bed at night, like, okay, mission accomplished. But it was so amazing to hear her talk about it, because I heard her talk about it earlier on in her life, and she doesn't talk about it a ton right now. We have the fun together. We're going to Las Vegas this weekend to check out college. And so she's just like, but being able to hear her, the growth in your children that listen to you pour into other people all day long.
Wow. Yeah.
It literally is magnetic to them, and they start talking like you're talking. I mean, she was regurgitating things that I said. And the other night she was filling out an application to be part of a leadership team at school, and literally she's like, can you help me with this? And I'm like, oh, no. I will proofread. I will grammar check, but I am not doing anything about this. And I'm reading this paper, you know, coupled with listening to her on the live, and I'm thinking, holy moly, I have made an impact. I have have inspired her. And sometimes we wonder that as parents, you know, sometimes
Oh,
we're
always.
like, oh, did I do anything right? But listening to her talk about forward-minded thinking people, listening to her talk
Yeah.
about how this has like literally changed her life.
Yes.
And the life that was projected for us was not this.
No. Wow, that is so interesting, and especially hearing it from her point of view and having her like regurgitate what you've been saying. That's the golden ticket right there.
Exactly.
That's great. So here's one other thought. Unless you had a question real quick, Brian. Is that good?
I don't have a question. Do you have another question?
Yeah, I do. But you go ahead.
Hey, I just had a question on. So you mentioned about personal development, how it kind of exceeded not only yourself, but it came into your family. And I've again heard this before. People sometimes have to look back on when they first came into the industry, when they first came into direct sales and started doing this business, where they felt like, you know, they're the ones, I'm all nervous. I can't talk in front of people. I don't want to get out and do a video. I don't want to do any of these things. I don't know how. But later on, they watch people and they say, oh, you've always been that way. That's not the case. And I know that's not the case. Tell us a little bit about that process of kind of going through. You've already mentioned some things here tonight, but some of the processes that led you to the point where, you know, everyone else is going, oh, she's so polished, she's so great, she does all these things, and let them know it is a skill you learn. You get better and better at this. And I know Terry and myself learned this because we do this on stage and we do it with corporate side of things, but we all learn. We all got to a point where we're able to do it. We're more focused on what we're trying to do to help other people. And they can do it too. They just got to get out and practice. No one gets people into their organization. No one gets to this point without trying. So maybe speak to that a little bit on your experience. And you've already kind of mentioned how it's affected your family. Maybe just let them know and encourage them on how they can get to that point.
Yeah, I was terrible in the beginning. Terrible.
Do they really believe you? Yeah.
You've always been perfect.
You've been great all the whole time.
No, I was so not good. And I would go to people and like vomit all the information all over them. I mean, I'd be like, blah, 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 you know, and they're like, whoa, turn off the fire hose. Like, let me breathe.
Right.
There was no way I was going on video a long time ago. I am an introvert. I feel better behind the camera. You would never probably guess that. But I really like to be in smaller situations than in larger situations. I would rather kind of be behind the camera or on stage where all the people are out there. So, but I was terrible when I very, very, very first started network marketing. But I knew that other people knew what they were doing because I was watching their lifestyle. I was watching them be home with their kids. And I thought, if I could just play a kindergarten game of follow the leader and really fill my brain with books and any information. One of my favorite books is How to Win Friends and Influence People. My daughter is actually reading that book now. And I wish I would have read it at a younger age because every single piece of personal development that we can put into ourselves, we can, and this is one thing I don't think people think about a lot. If you're personally developing, you can also spit that out and help other people. So it's not just about you, but it's about what you can learn and take in and then regurgitate out and help other people. Part of my company right now is doing a training with John Maxwell, and we have phone calls with John Maxwell. And I got to tell you, I mean, just listen, I'm getting the chills right now, but just listening to, I think to myself, there's no way he was this good, 25 years ago. But I remember like, okay, you know what he's doing when everybody else is watching TV? I know what he's doing. Everybody else is going to bed. I know what he's doing when everybody else is watching the football game. He's doing the same stuff the other leaders in our industry are doing. We're pouring into ourselves so that we can pour in and serve our tribes and teams of people.
Wow.
Thank you. That's exactly it.
That
I mean, people don't even realize what you're doing tonight and sharing all your stories and speaking is part of that whole process. And we are so grateful that you're willing to do that and be a part of the IDSN and share this information. It's great. I mean, people are really excited. The comments are just so positive right now.
Somebody told me once that earners are learners, and that's what you are doing. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Those who learn seem to have the best earnings, but you're giving back too. doing. That's a huge piece.
That's huge.
Not huddling for yourself is like, what can you do to expand and to share? So that's really cool, really cool. Okay, a couple more questions. I'm gonna get to you real fast before we end up our time. But now we've talked about people that are beginning and those who are kind of in the midstream here, polishing themselves up to be better speakers and presenters. How do you keep those people that are on fire right now, or maybe not on fire right now? They're kind of getting older in their networking and their direct selling, and they're kind of sitting back on their laurels a little bit. How do you get those people fired up? I mean, you've been in it for a while now. What's the spark that keeps you going?
This is a funny question because I did that. So I just want to be very candid. I did that. And I also did a live video last night on my own page about what do you do? The goal, like what do you do after that? Because a lot of us feel like I've arrived, here I am, now I'm here, and what do I do now? Oh, I'm just gonna get all comfy, cozy over here, and I did this. And so this is a great question because I did it. I wasn't that person that was like, oh yes, here I am 8 years later, and I'm still working just as hard as I was. It's not the case. So I like candid
right,
and let people know that, but I gotta say recognition is huge. And people will sometimes work for recognition more than they will work for money.
So true.
Very good point.
So if we can literally be great cheerleaders and recognizer for the people who are coming out of the gate smashing it, for the people who are jumping back in and crushing it. You know, we started a group inside of my group that we're obviously it's a private Facebook group for our guests to be able to converge, and we can create community and all these different things. And I have people that have re-engaged after never doing anything that are having success.
Awesome.
But if you can keep your people engaged and feeling part of a community, feeling recognized, feeling important as human beings, we want to feel important. It's just human nature. There's probably 2% of people that doesn't matter for, but the rest of us, it does matter for. And so if we can kind of fill the bucket as they're filling their own bucket, I'm always, you know, you got to fill your own bucket before anybody else can fill your bucket. But I am all about believing in other people until they believe in themselves, and continuing on to believe in them.
That is crucial because some people will only go so far until someone else encourages them or recognizes them. That is so powerful, so powerful. Awesome. Well, Amber, our time is, man, we're wrapping up our time, but tell us, how can people get a hold of you if they were curious about maybe what you're saying, how to get more information? What would you say? Yeah.
Okay, so I have, obviously my Facebook profile page is Amber Swanson.
Okay.
And then my fan page.
Okay.
Page, whatever.
Okay.
I don't like calling it that, but that's Amber Swanson as well. But if you click like Amber Swanson and then you click pages, you would find it that way.
Okay.
On Instagram, I am Amber Swanson 05.
Okay.
And then my website is amberswanson.com.
Love it, love it. Social media everywhere, man. Social media is all over the place.
Yes.
Well, great.
And there is actually on my website, there is a little free giveaway right there on my front page that talks about how to acquire more team members and leaders in a quick amount of time.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Yes, and good training like that people really need these days, for sure.
Well, we're all about networking. That's what this whole thing is about, getting people connected with people like yourself and other people. And then the business side of things, people work that all out later. But really, the whole thing is helping other people, getting to know other people, and you become better, they become better, and this industry goes forward. This is a great industry. So we're just so happy to have you on.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Amber, as we're wrapping up, any final words of encouragement or inspiration for individuals that are watching today?
I would say start today. Literally, like, make a decision, draw your line in the sand, whatever it's going to be for you, write it on your wall. I'm a big proponent of writing on your mirrors with dry erase markers because it comes off, but literally making a decision that you want something different for yourself and you want something different for your family. And if you can make a decision today to do something different. Today's your whole fresh new day, and then be consistent, and be consistent and be consistent. It's the one thing most people struggle with,
Right.
and literally be authentic and be you. Nobody else can be you, and people are looking for you. And so put you out there so that they can find you. And then one last thing, and these guys didn't tell me to do this, but I feel like I want to give back to you. Make sure that you guys all on this breast, please go like their page at International Direct Sellers Network.
Thank
Make
you,
sure
Amber.
you're liking their page. You can turn on your notifications for when they go live. Check out their website, everything they said in the beginning of the video, and let's pour into them for creating a platform for us to shine.
That's awesome, Amber.
Excellent.
Wow, hats off to you. Thank you very much for that that tidbit there, and the what's up. We love all that kind of stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Well, great. Well, everyone, thanks for being on and checking out Amber. This will be going on just like Facebook does for the next little while.
Yeah,
And
we'll pin it to the top of our page, so it'll be there, and everyone will be able to see it first thing on the page. And we'll leave that there until we have another thing coming up. So you want to get on the page and see and share this out so many people can see Amber's great advice. Don't let this thing die on the page. You got to regurgitate this, send it out. Amber's so gracious to be able to share some time with us, and we so much appreciate it.
yeah, so once again, guys, from the International Direct Sellers Network, or ISDN, or IDSN, make sure you get that. Check out the Facebook page, and we'll talk to you soon. Amber, thanks again for coming on. Have a good night.
You.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye, guys.